A crucial step in any e-commerce entrepreneur's journey is finding dropshipping suppliers. How should you find them and not fail? And what should you pay attention to? In this video, we are going to share how to find the right suppliers and tell you all about Sellvia, a new supplier. It's a great option for those who would like to target the United States market. Without further ado, let's tackle this important topic. Let's revise what dropshipping is for a second. It's a method of fulfillment when sellers offer a product on their platform, website. For example, a customer purchases from the seller, and all the seller does is order the product directly from the supplier who will ship it right to the customer. Sellers don't deal with the physical inventory, neither buy it in bulk, nor store it. They just give the necessary information to the supplier that handles fulfillment for them. There are many ways you can find a dropshipping supplier. You can find a supplier on some platforms like AliExpress and Alibaba. You can choose independent suppliers that are not represented on such platforms, or choose Sellvia, a California-based supplier. Either way, to really kill the dropshipping game, there are some things you should pay attention to when choosing a supplier. We will cover the maximum number of points. The more points a supplier gets, the better, but it's not crucial for the supplier to meet all of them. If there are ratings on the platform, we can look at them, but if there are none, try to collect as much extra info as possible. Without further ado, let's get to it. The first thing to pay attention to is the supplier's store rating. Thanks to the internet, no business can hide their flaws and truth comes out very quickly. Look at the detailed reviews because they are trustworthy, unlike those who say that something was plain bad or good without any clarification. They can be fake. With that being said, when you choose suppliers to work with, you really need to pay attention to their rating. For example, if you are going to work with AliExpress suppliers, pay attention to the feedback. It should be more than 95%, and overall ratings should not be below average. On Alibaba, on the other hand, the reference point is a rating of 4.8 and higher. You can check every review manually to make sure they are legitimate. If you decide to work with independent suppliers, then it's a great idea to check out suppliers on Trustpilot or other review platforms. If the supplier does not offer their customers reviews, then we can of course, research the supplier online and see what other people say about them. If there is no information or it's not flattering, we advise you to skip the supplier. Speaking of solutions like Sellvia, you can find our customers' reviews on the website, and also check out video interviews with our customers. Follow the link to the playlist to see more. The second point you should look at is the time the supplier has been active, especially if they are on platforms such as AliExpress. To be sure that your supplier offers a smooth service and working with them is also smooth sailing, you need to pay attention to how long it's been in business. There is nothing wrong with beginner suppliers, but when you are a beginner yourself, it's better to pick a partner whose business processes are well established and optimized. Try to opt for the supplier that's been in business for 2 or more years. This time frame is usually enough to set everything up well. This info is easy to find on Alibaba as well, but if you choose independent suppliers, you can try to find this info on their website or different media sources. It's better to always doubt what the supplier says and check the info as well. You can use review platforms to see when the company started to collect feedback. Sellvia's team has more than 10 years of experience in e-commerce, which allows us to provide our clients with the smoothest experience possible because we have been in their position and we know all the peculiarities. The third point to consider is if the supplier has quality badges. Platforms like AliExpress care about the suppliers that work there, and they want to make finding good ones easier for us. For example, when you are looking for a supplier on AliExpress, another thing that adds to the treasury of a good supplier is a top brand sign. It's proof that you can definitely trust the supplier. With Alibaba, on the other hand, you can look for verified supplier badges. They mean that the company has been assessed by third parties that assure that the supplier is indeed reputable. Another, very important thing to look for on Alibaba is a trade assurance badge. If there are quality or delivery issues, you will be covered. Independent suppliers might have some badges and other regalia, but it's up to us to check if they're reputable. Point number 4 is the number of followers. The more followers the supplier has, the better it is for you. It shows that businesses trust the supplier and want to work with them again and again. Not all suppliers display this information, and even on Alibaba, you won't find the exact number of followers a supplier has. What do we do about it? Social media. Try to find social media accounts of suppliers and see how many followers they have there or how active their account is. How often the supplier posts and how engaged the followers are. If you want to understand the percent of engagement on the account, try using this formula. Total number of likes on the post divided by the number of followers and multiplied by 100. You will get the engagement rate. The higher it is, the better. But not all the suppliers have social media accounts. It's not a bad sign per se, you can just look at it as a cherry on the cake. At the end of the day, many suppliers are too busy to get into social media and they already have enough regular clients, so they don't bother advertising themselves. The fifth point is the last 6 months supplier rating. People are not machines, and they can't perform their best all the time. Suppliers are no exception. Sometimes, there may be a decline in the quality of service and performance. It's normal as well, but if a supplier has issues, does not mean we should too. Pay attention to the latest ratings and what customers have said about the supplier in the last 4 to 6 months. AliExpress shows it, but what do you do if you can't find the last 6 months rating? Just read the reviews customers left over the last 6 months and make an impression yourself. Don't read them all thoroughly, just skim and scan the reviews. It'll be more than enough. If you can't find the last 6 months reviews or it's too difficult to read them all, you can trust the overall rating that all suppliers must have. We are going to explain another way to check how well the supplier does its work soon. For now, let's take a look at the 6th point. How does the supplier communicate? Before you start working with the supplier, of course, you need to write to the representatives and discuss all the necessary details. Ask detailed questions, dig deep, and pay close attention to how the supplier communicates with you. If representatives are rude, don't give you the information you need, take a long time to answer, or you just catch a strange vibe, it's better to look for another supplier. When you work with Sellvia, you will have 24/7 support, and all of your questions will be answered as fast as humanly possible. The 7th point we are going to cover is the quality of visual materials and product pages. As a dropshipper, you won't have the physical inventory on your hands, unless you order some of it to test out yourself. And creating visual materials for marketing purposes is simply impossible. You would have to rely on what the supplier has to offer. When choosing a supplier, pay attention to their product pages and product images. You will need to use them later in your work and they need to be of high quality. Product pages need to be engaging and informative, whereas images need to give a clear understanding of the product. Try to avoid extra writing, visible Photoshop, and unnecessary commotion in the pictures. When it comes to Sellvia, all of the products we offer have stellar pages with high-quality images and informative descriptions. They are perfect for enticing visitors and converting them into customers. Low-quality product pages are a red flag. Normally, scammers don't bother creating nice product pages or a website because they are busy with other things. And even if the supplier is not a scammer, it's not good to save time on editing product pages? Point number 8 is closeness to the target market. To give your customers fast delivery and pleasant experience, make sure the supplier of your choice has a warehouse that's close to your target market. For example, if your target audience is in Europe, you can partner with a supplier that has a warehouse in France or another European country. Or if your target market is the United States, you can try a US-based supplier. Sellvia is exactly that. We have a warehouse in Irvine, California, and it gives us the ability to provide your customers with fast shipping of 1 to 3 business days. Last, but definitely not least, make a test order. It's better to see something once than to hear about it 1,000 times. You can try ordering something from a supplier and see if you like the service yourself or test out the product. Who knows? Maybe there will be a deal breaker you would not have noticed otherwise. Now you know what to look for when searching for dropshipping suppliers. It's good if the supplier complies with all the points we mentioned in this video, but if some points are missing, don't get discouraged. At the end of the day, this video has recommendations, and the reality can be different. If you would like to target the US market, Sellvia is a great dropshipping supplier. Fast shipping and stellar product pages play a great role in your success. And you'll solidify it with Sellvia's marketing tutorials and materials. To learn how to work with Sellvia as a dropshipping supplier, watch this video. You don't have an online store? Our team can make a turnkey store for you according to your wishes and preferences in one day. Just fill out the survey. And all of it for free. Follow the link to Sellvia Pro in the description below and learn more. Thanks for watching this video. If you enjoyed it, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel. Leave your questions and feedback in the comment section below, and see you in the next video. Bye.